Alright guys, Andrew and Mike back here to get you on the grind and improve your mind. And in this video we're going to talk about apologizing and why sometimes it can be hurtful to you and why sometimes people won't take you seriously and how it could affect you and or hurt you. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we got a couple examples in this video about how apologizing can sometimes even damage your reputation further and why sometimes people won't take you seriously when you do, especially on a public platform or something. Basically, the gist of it is that when you do apologize for something that you might have said or done, most of the time, especially if it's on social media or something, people won't even believe it's authentic because they know that you're scared at that point because people are afraid to offend others at the very soft and pussy-felt society that we're living in now, is when you say something and then people give you criticism for it, and then you go back on what you said. You say, oh, I'm sorry, I should not have said that. No one's going to take you seriously because you've already said it, you probably meant it, and they know. People are not dumb as you think they are. They know they're not going to take you seriously, and they won't believe you because they know you're just trying to backtrack and gain their public trust again. Sometimes, like, once the public trust is broken, you cannot get it back. And apologizing, especially in certain situations, is something you cannot undo. You'll not be taken seriously for it, and you'll lose respect of a lot of people that did support you just for trying to backtrack and not owning what you said, which is a big problem.
A lot of companies have been doing this in the last few years. But this is also not talking about, like, when you make a mistake, when we've talked about in our accountability videos, definitely go watch those if you haven't already, where if you're taking accountability for your actions in a sense where the mob is not after you, where you do something and you fucked it up, and you're like, oop, that's my bad, I messed this up, let me redo it, let me fix this, right? But if you say something and you mean it, and then you have the mob after you, and then you backtrack and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, you bend the knee to them, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not, I didn't mean that, whatever, but you actually did, and you're just trying to be okay in their public eye, then you just lost respect in every right.
Yeah, so one example we're going to go through was, it was like March of 2021, Burger King did a tweet. I forgot what the tweet was. It was about women in the workforce or something that they had.
The wording for the tweet was weird, but the tweet has been deleted like a long time ago, and so we can't get that tweet back.
We're not even going to bring it. We're not even going to try to find it because we just don't feel like it.
Yeah, you could probably scour the internet to try to find it.
It's somewhere.
But we have their apology. We have their apology tweets. So we're going to go and read the tweets, so I'll put them up for you so you can read along.
So they put the tweet, and then basically the mob came after them on Twitter saying, oh, Burger King is a piece of crap.
Which they are.
Yeah, which, I mean, don't eat there anyway. If you're eating at Burger King, you're failing your diet. You're failing, you need to stop. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, so let's read this tweet now. So it says, Burger King goes, we hear you. We got our initial tweet wrong, and we're sorry.
No, they didn't.
Our aim was to draw attention to the fact that only 20% of professional chefs in UK kitchens are women and to help change that by awarding culinary scholarships. We will do better next time.
Yeah, guys. See, this is not genuine. What this is it's just trying to backtrack on what they said. That way, because they're afraid of, like, losing the followers that they do have. They're afraid of, like, losing business, which they probably did from that anyway.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They said something about, I guess, women in the workforce or something, and they just wanted to point to facts, but I guess they said it in a way that offended people. And people got crazy. What they should have done is they should have at least just owned it. Like, they already put up the tweet and they already did it. What Burger King could have done is they could have just said, yeah, we said that, whatever. At least you would have maintained the respect of some people that would have gone followed. But they got scared. They backtracked. They deleted a tweet, which is something in itself. When you delete stuff that you said, you're going to lose respect from everybody when you say stuff like that. It's probably not only unprofessional, but you're basically setting yourself up to fail because now you're just inauthentic. Now you're just not trustworthy as a company. Not that, once again, not that you should be eating there anyway, because you should be cooking your own food at home if you have time, of course. I mean, I know we have rough jobs and lives, but still, Burger King is not the best option. Yeah. At least Chipotle. Come on.
Chipotle. And they had replied to the tweet themselves, adding more because, Twitter doesn't let you to actually send a long message. So they said, we decided to delete the original tweet, which we talked about. It was brought to our attention that there were abusive comments in the thread, and we don't want to leave the space open for that. Even though in the comments there is just more toxicity and stuff, which is hilarious.
Burger King should know that everybody is a pussy on Twitter, and they're going to react to some kind of tweet they put. They would know this before they put it. They just didn't expect the flack to be that bad to where they would have to delete it and then apologize. So that's the only reason why they're saying offensive comments. And guys, just stop being offended on the internet, by the way. Just stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get help in real life. Just get friends. Get off Twitter. If you can't handle what people say on Twitter, and you cannot handle what people say in general, you really need to get help and get some friends and get your mind. Just get off the internet, log out, and never log back in.
Okay, so now the other example that we have literally happened, I think, today, where Boris Johnson from the UK Prime Minister, he apologized for attending a lockdown party. And this is a whole nother thing where...
We could do a whole different video on this.
We could do a whole video on this where...
You guys are being lied to by your government, and they're having fun while you're sitting in your house wearing a mask alone, watching OnlyFans girls, and you're literally wasting your life, and you're scared for no reason. You're wearing a mask when you're at the grocery store because you're afraid of some virus with a 99% survival rate, but that's a whole other video.
And pretty much everyone in the government is having parties and doing what they want because...
They're chilling, they're having fun, they're having sex, and you're not. And you're depressed, and you're lonely, and you're not seeing your friends because you're isolating yourself, and you're wearing a mask everywhere, and you have no face, and you're...
Yeah, so we're going to watch this video of Boris apologizing from BBC News.
Mr. Speaker, I want to apologise. I know that millions of people across this country have made extraordinary sacrifices over the last 18 months. I know the anguish that they have been through, unable to mourn their relatives, unable to live their lives as they want, or to do the things they love. And I know the rage they feel with me and with the government I lead, when they think that in Downing Street itself, the rules are not being properly followed by the people who make the rules. And though I cannot anticipate the conclusions of the current inquiry, I have learned enough to know that there were things we simply did not get right. And I must take responsibility. Number 10 is a big department with the garden as an extension of the office, which has been in constant use because of the role of fresh air in stopping the virus. And when I went into that garden just after 6 on the 20th of May, 2020, to thank groups of staff before going back into my office 25 minutes later to continue working, I believed implicitly that this was a work event. But Mr. Speaker, with hindsight, I should have sent everyone back inside. I should have found some other way to thank them. And I should have recognised that even if it could be said technically to fall within the guidance, there would be millions and millions of people who simply would not see it that way, people who suffered terribly, people who were forbidden from meeting loved ones at all, inside or outside. And to them and to this House, I offer my heartfelt apologies. And all I ask is that Sue Gray be allowed to complete her inquiry into that day and several others so that the full facts can be established. And I would, of course, come back to this House and make a statement. Mr. Speaker...
Do you think anyone's going to take this guy seriously after this apology? I mean, granted, a lot of people, including us, I mean, we don't live in the UK, but I didn't take this guy seriously at all because this guy's just a moron, complete moron. So these guys are literally out partying and they're doing all these, they're breaking the laws that they make while you follow them blindly and you get nothing in return. All you get is misery, you get loneliness, you don't see your friends, you're not out meeting new people. And you are wearing masks everywhere, and you're following these rules. But the people who make the rules, they don't follow them. And then they apologize for not following the rules that they created, that they make you follow, that you follow, but they haven't. And then they think you're stupid. They think you're a moron. And you are if you're not really looking outside the box to what's really going on. So he thinks that by apologizing, he's going to get all that trust back. Well, maybe some people will take it seriously and they'll accept, because people just don't want to think outside the box. But the real G's out there know that this guy's just trying to cover up his misdeeds, and he's going to do it again. He probably already is. See, you guys never know what's really going on behind the government scenes. We don't either, but we know that there's some stuff going on. Most of us are being fooled by the moment. The only question is, how much to the extent are you being fooled, and what can you do about it? You really need to start critically thinking about the things that you do and why you follow them. Always be asking that question, why. But besides that, this guy's apologizing, but we know that we're not taking it seriously because he knows he's in the wrong. He knew it was wrong, but he did it anyway. These guys, they apologize to cover up, not because they are authentic, but because he knows the mob will come after him, and he could possibly lose his position in power if he does not apologize. Inauthentic and rude and simply wrong.
Yeah, and you can even hear in the video itself the people in the background pretty much like angry. You can just hear angry noises in the background every time he was talking about something specific, and he would bring something up, and then people would start getting angry with him. How he was talking and how he was saying he needs to be accountable, the way that he should be accountable right now is, with this whole situation, is that he needs to step down and he needs to resign as the prime minister, because that is the only way that people can actually take his accountability serious.
But
if he won't do it, then it's not serious, and he does not mean what he says. And that is how you know how someone is apologizing to just get the mob off their back.
If I was him, I would own it. I'd be like, yeah, I went to a party. In fact, I'm going to a party tonight. Like, if I was him, I'd own it. I'd just agree and amplify that crap. I'd just go all in, because he's probably gonna go to a party later that day anyway. He's gonna celebrate. He's not gonna resign. He's not gonna make any changes. He's gonna make you guys in the UK suffer even more. And most of you are not gonna do anything about it because you simply don't have the will to act. So guys, if you like this video on apologizing and have any thoughts or comments, leave a comment below what you think. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and we will see you guys in the next video.
With you.